You ever think about how terrifying space is?
Not that often, to be honest. Not as often as like the Bermuda Triangle.
You don't just example. Like lay in bed awake at night and just like think about like, what if a black hole came and swallowed, the entire universe? Like, what would happen to us?
We would all be sucked in and we would no longer exist, I think. But we don't really know.
Yeah,
it's a gravity well. What is gravity anyway?
I don't know. Just kind of like, from what I understand, a black hole just like it sucks things in, and then they like can never escape, and then they're just in like nothingness.
You've never seen Interstellar, and it really shows.
I mean, I haven't. But
do you want me to spoil Interstellar for you and tell you what happens when you go into a black hole?
They travel through time.
I don't know. I'm not really sure what happened at the end of Interstellar.
So you don't even really know. You watched it and you still don't even really know.
I'm pretty sure. I think the gist of it is you go into like the fifth dimension and then you can talk to your daughter again through a bookcase. I think that's the gist of what happens when you go through a black hole. I think people who've seen Interstellar would understand what I just said.
Well, I know he like goes into space and all that, but that's a little, but if you don't even have a daughter,
dude, black holes, man, they can do anything.
No, but not just that, but like, we've talked about aliens, I think, a little bit.
Do you believe in aliens?
I do. They're definitely, most definitely they are aliens. How
but
can
do you think like they've
see...
been around like Earth and stuff, and like all the like things of like, oh, that's UFO? Like, you think that's legit?
Have you seen like videos of like the UFOs released by like the Navy and stuff like that? Like,
yeah, but I don't know if those are aliens.
They're unidentified flying objects. So,
yeah, what if they're just like the Russians messing with us?
It could be, but
those stupid Americans, they think that we be throwing UFOs at them.
I don't know, but some of that technology, it's like,
I would say that I do believe in aliens. I believe like the universe is so big, like there has to be aliens out there. There's no way
there has to be other life.
There's no way that there isn't. The fact that like they haven't like made contact kind of pisses me off. Like,
it's like, we know you're there, so why don't you just
we think we know you're there, yeah. Like, just like, and they must know that we know, right? Or you think that they?
I just think that they don't want to deal with our problems.
I honestly don't blame them. On second thought, they should probably just not make contact whatsoever.
If they did, I'm pretty sure like they would meet with like every other country except for the United States.
Yeah, they'd be like, yeah, we've kind of watched that one. We're gonna just like not talk to them.
They'd be like, we have a very high functioning society. We don't want any school shootings or
we only talk to advanced civilizations. This one, nah.
Yeah, so I think that they're out there, but it's just, it's like, why don't you talk to us,
Yeah, do you think that like aliens have talked to us like in the past, like the whole pyramid stuff? Like,
I think they've tried, but like
do you think that aliens talked to the Egyptians and they helped them build the pyramids?
It's possible.
Give me a yes or no answer, Dylan.
From what I know, okay, the people have said that like how you built the pyramids, like it just doesn't
it doesn't add up that they could do that.
Yeah, nobody's like sure how they were able to do that, so I think that something maybe helped us.
Have you seen the thing where like all the different pyramids around the world like line up like perfectly, like as far as like in a perfect circle, like around the world?
I feel like
like it's like literally if you like, I think it's like around is it the equator? I don't think it's the equator, but it's something like that where like it all lines up around the world. And how would you know that it lines up if you weren't up in the air looking down?
There's just aliens like, yep, looks good, guys. Just like, a little to the left. Yeah, start right there. They're just like a director.
Expert architects.
They're just like a director. Just be like, perfect.
I'm Matt.
I'm Dylan.
And this is
On
a Tuesday?
Today's episode is the 2015 movie draft. And then,
Dylan,
once they're done, they just,
what have you
collect.
been watching this week?
Oh, boy.
Have you been watching a lot?
Trying to think.
Do you want to know what I've been watching?
What have you been watching?
I finally started watching something. I watched something that I could talk about on the pod, which is something that we talked about last week. I started rewatching a little something called Shaolin Showdown.
Oh, yeah.
And let me tell you, it's kind of great, and I'm kind of happy that I added it to my list. I think it deserves a reboot.
Was I right about the characters' names? I'm pretty sure I got them right.
Yeah. I don't even think I've gotten to half the names that you said.
You got Omi, Kamiko, Raimundo, Clay, Jack Spicer, Wuya, oh my god,
Dojo's the dragon.
Jojo's the dragon, and then
Master. I forget the master's name.
Yeah, I forget too.
Cat Nape. She's like
oh my god, yeah.
She's like a Catwoman type lady.
Yeah.
There's like this mime that has like superpowers. It's a pretty great show. It's funny. I'm remembering like some of what happened as far as just like certain items that they get.
Mantis flip coin, sword of storms,
but I'm totally. I think I like only watched like maybe the first 10 episodes ever. Because, like, I think now that because as I'm going, like, I'm like, I don't remember any of this.
Are you serious? I surprisingly remember, like, character arcs and, like, what happens by the end of the series. It's kind of crazy considering I haven't seen that show in, like, 10 years. It's just kind of...
Jen's always amazed by how I'm able to remember, like, song lyrics from, like, when I was, like, super young. Like, I'll literally be able to rap a whole Eminem verse, but like I don't listen to Eminem anymore.
You're just like remember the whole song, but you don't remember what you did yesterday for dinner.
Yes, very much that. That's the thing I think that she is most blown away by. Have you are you still watching Naruto? I haven't heard any texts from you or anything.
Yeah, no, I am. I slowed down on it because I didn't want to get burnt out on it, because if you watch like a show every day or every minute,
I took many a break when I watched Naruto. You
gotta take a pause so you can like digest what you've seen so far and savor it. But as far as what I'm watching now, I started a show on Disney Plus called Big Shot with John Stamos.
I've heard of that. Yeah,
and he's like
good?
I thought it was pretty interesting because it's been a while since I've seen the Mighty Ducks, but it kind of, if I remember right, yeah, because like he's a former like NCAA coach and a basketball.
In Mighty
basketball. No, in Big Shot he's
NCAA. I thought you were saying like hockey coach.
No.
I'm so confused.
In Big Shot, he's a NCAA men's basketball coach who like gets kicked out because during one of the games he throws a chair at the referee for making a bad call.
Uncle Jesse.
So he gets booted out, and his like PR guy, his manager, whatever, says like the way back to making it to the NCAA is if he like starts coaching this high school girls high school basketball team or whatever.
It sounds like the plot. Isn't there a movie that has this like exact same plot?
I have no idea. So,
but he ends positive.
he like ends up like showing up, and like he's kind of a jerk whenever he first shows up, and like he makes some comments and kind of throws him off kilter there, and he's kind of a jerk, but he like means well, and
he's so coaching girls high school, right?
So like he tells one of them like, hey, you need to lose 5 pounds, because he's thinking in terms of like her stamina level and being able to like play consistently throughout the game or whatever. But the way it comes off very telling her
jerk
what to do and how.
ish,
Yeah. So like, it's got that level, but like, you can tell he's like, he doesn't mean it that way. He's trying to be like a better person or whatever. And so I think they're setting it up kind of like Mighty Ducks style, where like he's a jerk whenever they start, but then like as they go on,
Do you want to
like,
know something that's gonna make you want to slap me?
hold on, let me prepare myself here. Okay, go ahead.
I've never seen Mighty Ducks.
You know, it doesn't make me want to slap you as much as a lot of the other things you say. I mean, it's understandable. It's like
what's something that I said that makes me just want to slap you really, or makes you want to slap me really hard? I feel like I say good things.
You didn't like Michael B. Jordan in Black Panther. It's just off the top of my head.
I don't know. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I don't know. If I see you next time, I can't control what my hand does to your face.
I'm telling you that there's a movie where like the coach, like works like in the big leagues, and then they tell him he has to leave and go to high school and coach there, and then they tell him to come back, and then he's like, no, I'm like stuck to this team, and then that's like the
I mean, I'm pretty sure that there is.
It's probably like Rebound or something like that. I don't remember that movie that much.
I thought you just were joking about a movie.
No, Rebound. That's a real movie. It's got the dude from Bad Boys. What's that guy's name?
Martin Lawrence?
Yeah, he's like he's like the coach.
That sounds familiar. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember it being good when I was a kid, but you watching anything else? I just started a movie that I haven't finished. It's called Whisper of the Heart, and it's a Studio Ghibli movie. Have you watched any of the Studio Ghibli movies yet?
Not yet. I got like a whole list of like stuff that friends.
I need you to watch like 10 of them. You can watch like 10 of them, then we can do Studio Ghibli pod. Because I would really like to talk about Studio Ghibli and how awesome it is.
One day we'll get to it.
One day soon.
But I mean, as far as other stuff, I don't know. I usually watch there's a Amanda Bynes show that came out in like the 2000s that I remember seeing.
The Amanda show?
No, it's called What I Like About You, and she like.
I've heard of it. Is it a show or a movie?
That's what a lot of people say, but it's a show. It was
thought
like
it was a movie.
No, well, I think that's what.
Is there
what
a movie called that
something
too,
like
or something?
that? No,
oh yeah, What a Girl, yeah.
No, but the show like aired on the WB, which is now the CW, like in the early 2000s, and like I remember seeing it whenever I was younger, and so now I'm like rewatching it to try to remember, and oh no, it's okay.
Amanda Bynes quit acting because she didn't like her performance in Easy A. She saw her performance in that and thought she was a terrible actress and quit acting.
Really?
Yeah. And she's like great in that movie. Like she's one of the best parts of that. It's just like her being that crazy Christian lady.
I guess, when you're an actor, your toughest critic is yourself.
Yeah, she quit because of that. I think that's ridiculous.
That's terrible. She really isn't that bad.
What a great flick. Actor.
Yeah. So that's what I've been watching.
What else have you been watching every single Friday?
Well, something called Captain America's Two Best Friends in the Entire World.
That's what they should have named it. Captain America's Two Best Friends in the Entire World. I want to see like an intro song where they're like skipping along holding hands. like
what they were doing for WandaVision.
Yeah, I want that. Yeah, so we got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 5.
One episode.
We're almost there, man. It's almost over. I'm curious, what's after this? We don't get another Marvel show right away, right?
No, I think we're taking a break because
What are we going to do for the pod?
Oh man, I don't know.
When does
we're gonna have like a month and a half long break. No.
When does Bad Batch start for Clone Wars?
May the 4th. We're gonna have an episode drop that day.
I guess we're gonna do weekly Bad Batch pod
Until Loki.
till Loki. Yeah, people get to. I feel like we haven't talked about Star Wars like at all in this pod yet.
We're saving it. May the 4th. May the 4th episode's going to be big.
The 4th. So yeah, new Winter Soldier. What'd you think?
I mean, you know what I'm going to say.
I don't want to say this, but like this is the best episode of the series.
No, I don't think it was the best episode, but I do.
This was a slower episode.
Yeah, I do like the things that they addressed. I liked the action in the beginning, you know, and then they like slowed it down.
Oh yeah, because they fight.
Oh god, John Walker's gone full all aboard on the cuckoo train there.
Yeah, he's gone full douche.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he was just. I mean, I get his friend just died, his best friend, but I mean,
let's be honest. Like most people would have done the same thing. You just got pumped full of pure steroids, the purest steroids in the world. Your buddy just got his head cracked by a quote unquote terrorist.
I mean, I wouldn't go off murdering people.
No, you wouldn't? Huh. Maybe that's just me. Let me just sip my tea. But yeah, I like this episode. I feel like it finally, like, all the themes like really came together in this episode. Yeah. Like all the things that we've been talking about, how like we've been like, yeah, they're like touching on these things and blah blah blah. And I feel like now they're all really like they're just saying it out there into the open.
I really liked Sam's conversation with Isaiah Bradley about how he did the exact same thing that Steve did in World War II, where he broke the rules. He found his prisoners of war, rescued his teams, rescued his friends.
I never even thought about how that was literally exactly what Steve did.
And then as soon as he got back, they threw him in jail, tortured him prisoner, and all that. Whereas when Steve did it, give it a medal, pat on the back, give it an attaboy, you know. So it's just like, it's those little things, you know, that they do.
A few episodes back, I said that I thought that actor was like a young actor in old makeup. Am I wrong?
He's like in his 50s, dude. Because
he like, for some reason, his wrinkles look fake.
But like, he's like,
I can't tell if that's like just how he looks.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up. I'm pretty sure.
Today I was looking at him. I was like, was I just like high that day? Like what? He does look pretty old.
He was born in 1951.
Oh Jesus!
So he is
like 70 something.
70. He's gonna be 70 this year.
Do you hear this girl?
Yeah, I do.
Dude, she's been a brat.
Emmy
She's been a brat. Like, she's been like waking us up every morning super early, like literally just stepping on our faces, and like she's been meowing for food. We've already fed her. Like, she's been
she's looking at the camera. She's looking at the camera.
I don't know what's wrong with this girl, dude. She's like insane right now.
But yeah, no, he wasn't young. He's 70. He's gonna be 70 this year.
I was way off. He looks great. I'll tell you. His fake wrinkles look great.
Whenever you first said that, I was like, how old? I didn't know like how young you thought he was.
Dude, I swear, I thought he was a dude in like his 30s who put on like old people makeup. Like, he looked like a fake old person. Other stuff in this episode, I liked Bucky like hitting on Sam's sister.
That was
pretty funny.
I made a point to my friend where I was like, I can't tell if he like actually like kind of likes her and is attracted to her, or if he was doing it to piss Sam off. I'm really hoping it's both.
He's never like, he doesn't even know her, like, so I don't think I would say he likes her. But like, he's definitely doing it. He doesn't want, he doesn't want to piss Sam off, and two, because he's just we saw him in First Avenger. He's suave, man. He's always just like, hey, how you doing?
But
come here.
We also finally saw John Walker get his butt handed to him yet again, which I really loved.
Man, John Walker, man, that guy. That guy, he doesn't get many dubs, I'll tell you what.
He does a great job at making us hate him, and that's a good actor.
Yeah, I feel like he's been pretty great through this whole show. I feel like to start, I remember the first time I met him, I thought like it was cool that we got like some backstory and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And just like got like his feelings towards being Cap and like how he was hesitant and stuff like that, and like I felt for the dude and I was like, yeah, this guy's cool, I like him, and like how he's just like slowly just like gone downhill and like just, I mean, he's always probably been like a like kind of a jerk, but also like I feel like they made us like kind of like him to start, and then now
They tried to make us like him.
I know you hated him right away.
Some of us knew that he
look,
was
I knew he was
juju.
gonna be a bad person and I wasn't gonna like him, but like they did, I felt like when I first saw him I was like, yeah, I like this guy, he's cool.
I'm glad that they like tried to make us empathize with him. Yeah, I just thought it was funny watching him get the, well, I mean, he did a pretty good job of defending himself, but he ultimately got his butt.
He was fighting two Avengers. Like
he almost murdered Sam, like straight up.
I'm telling you, dude, I worry about Sam, bro. I really do. Like he's just out there. Like
you won't have to in the next episode when he gets his super suit.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see. I think that. Do you think Bucky told the Wakandans to give him like a Cap type suit? He's going to show up in the red, white, and blue, right?
Absolutely. He absolutely did. Yeah. He is like, hey, he's going to take up the shield next. He didn't even talk to Sam about it. He's just like, we need to have a good Captain America suit, okay? And, you know, my thing is, I'm curious if it's going to have, like, the same kind of, maybe not on the level that T'Challa's suit had, where, like, it stores up the kinetic energy. But
do you think it's gonna be like vibranium, like in this, like he won't be able to get shot and stuff?
It's gonna be a vibranium suit. It's the Wakandans. Why would they make a suit that doesn't have vibranium?
I mean, they're kind of. I feel like they're kind of picky about who they give their vibranium out to.
So I feel like at first I thought that for like maybe a second, but then you think about what they were doing in. What they decided to do at the end of Black Panther, where they decided to use their resources and technology to help,
people around the world. Yeah,
people around the world. So I think that it's not that far of a stretch, and like they probably wouldn't give vibranium to anybody except maybe Sam, because they have met Sam,
and also like Bucky probably vouched for him.
Yeah, and you know, he's the white wolf. He carries some weight around there because you know. So it's definitely going to be a vibranium suit.
Well, I am glad because I have just been really worrying for Sam every time he gets into a fight. He did the kick again today. He did the kick again this episode. He did it. He did the kick.
I love the little jetpack kick where he uses it.
He loves it. He does it all the time.
It's great. I think it's a solid move. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
If anybody ever fought him twice, they'd be like, "Bro, you just did that last time."
No, because he mixes up his little kicky things. So yeah,
this time he did the jetpack kick and then wings. Usually he does wings, jetpack, kick.
Yeah, he throws some combos in there, so you can't. So you'll never know. You know, it'll be a surprise.
John Walker almost killing Sam was pretty crazy.
That was wild.
I really liked all the content of Bucky and Sam on the boat.
Mm-hmm. I liked whenever they were like
their boat.
Yeah, I liked whenever they were throwing the shield around, and that was like kind of like them having a beer and just chatting. And
weird, such a weird scene.
They're just like
that they just went and like cushioned all these trees. They're just throwing a shield at them.
They're just like, come on, let's have a shield sesh here. Come on.
Yeah, how does that conversation start?
It's just like, hey, you want to toss around the shield?
And you want to toss the shield to each other? Trees?
They're like, to each other? They're like, no, man.
No, let's bounce it off some stuff. Yeah. I saw a thing on Twitter where it was the quote from Ultron where he's like, the most diverse metal on Earth, and they chose to turn it into a frisbee. And it shows them throwing it around.
But no, I mean, I thought the scene was pretty good, and Bucky, you know, apologizing for like trying to force Sam to take up the mantle when he didn't really understand, you know.
Yeah, one thing I wanted to ask you, it's kind of an unanswerable question. How is it that Bucky and Cap are not just racist, you know?
I think
I mean, they're from like that era where like if you're white, you're probably pretty racist. I mean, I'm sure everybody wasn't racist back then, but like,
yeah, I mean,
like they got pretty lucky that Captain America and Winter Soldier are both not racist.
Well, I think when you think about it, I mean, a lot of that stuff comes down to parenting, you know, and how your parents are. And Steve's parents, his dad fought in the war. We know that. So he was probably surrounded by, you know, a lot of other, you know, men and women of different races and ethnicities. Same with probably Bucky's, you know, parents, his father and mother.
Actually, were there any? I think there was like a black dude in the
first Avenger. There was,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that answers that question. They just weren't racist.
But that's another thing. Yeah, and plus, Steve was a smaller guy. He got beat up quite a bit, you know.
He don't like bullies.
Yeah, so it's like, if he didn't like it, why would he go out and be a bully himself, you know?
I know there's a lot of people out there with inferiority complex who they would like to take out their anger on people. That was just a weird question that I wanted to ask you because it was what I was thinking whenever that moment happened. I was like, it's kind of surprising that they're not racist since they're from like the 40s.
Sorry, like I said, I think it's all down to parenting, you know. And like I said, the parents, we know Steve's dad fought in the war, and we can assume Bucky's dad fought in the war, and they again fought probably alongside, you know, different races, religions, you know, ethnicities, all kinds of things. So
what'd you think of the stinger at the end? What'd you think of old John Walker making his own shield?
I saw so many great memes about that. One of them took that scene of him building the shield and put the Home Depot like dun, 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 dun.
I love it.
And that was the most hilarious thing ever. Yeah, exactly. Look, just because he's now a super soldier with all that strength.
It was so ridiculous. Like seeing him, like it looks like he was like a little kid, like taping. Like I'm gonna build my own shield.
And he can make it out of like strong, heavy material, like steel and all that. But it's nothing compared to like vibranium. You know, it's not gonna be able to bounce. It's not gonna be able to bounce back.
He throws it and it just stays. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because vibranium. That's what gives the shield that quality to, you know, bounce.
I'm looking forward to him getting clapped again this next episode because he tries using a steel shield and like just gets shot or something through.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see him. I love seeing him get his.
Do you think he makes his own like Cap suit? Do you think he shows up with some stars and stripes?
You know, I really hope we see his comic accurate. I mean, this one's kind of accurate, but like I really want to see like the black, red, and white suit. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool to see. But I don't know. I don't
know what his comic suit looks like.
He did meet. We did get introduced to the big cameo this week, which was Julia Louise Dreyfus.
Yeah, I see. That shows how forgettable that moment was for me. Like I was like, is that the person that we were waiting for? That was like, who could it be? Like last week.
She was meant to show up in Black Widow, and from what I've read, there may or may not be some plans for her going future. She's Madam Hydra, bruh. She is Madam Hydra. She's basically
what like a weird moment in the show. Like so just like random and like out of place. Anytime that I feel like any time in the show that they've like tried to do humor stuff, it like mostly hasn't worked.
I don't think they're trying to do humor. I think they were trying to like emphasize like how far gone John Walker is going, because
but then she comes in all goofy. She's like,
well, yeah, she was kind of goofy, but
excuse me, yes.
But if you think about it, he was sitting there having a moment with his wife, and she's trying to console him, give him advice, and then she comes in, sits right in between him, and he just completely ignores his wife. So you could tell he's really focused.
I think he was more like just staring at her like, why did you just come sit in front of, who are you? Can you like leave, ma'am?
No, because she was talking about like
what he wanted to hear.
She was trying to wrap him around her finger because he was really butthurt about not being Captain America after he murdered an innocent, well, semi-innocent. Well, I mean, I guess that depends.
He murdered somebody.
He murdered somebody is the point. And so, he murdered somebody, and he's butthurt because America was like, hey, you can't do that. And so they stripped him of all his stuff. And so now she's like trying to wrap him around her finger, trying to get him on her side. So I think at some point he will get a shield. I don't know if she has the ability to access vibranium. Yeah, because she, in my mind, I group her with Ulysses Claw from Black Panther, and like her.
He had a bunch of vibranium.
And her like ability to get stuff. So maybe she stole some vibranium. So he can.
But this was the lady who last week we were like, they've mentioned her or something like that, or like they've mentioned this character, and we're just waiting for. Is that her?
Yeah. So that's what I've gathered, because they've thrown some mention to her. So like one thing I've been thinking of was maybe she is the power broker, and like Sharon is maybe working for her.
I don't think Sharon would work for Hydra.
Well,
right?
She doesn't go around saying I'm Hydra, okay? Because then everybody would be like, steer clear of this lady. She just does questionable things. And I'm saying in the comics, her name is Madam Hydra. That's one of her aliases. So maybe right now she is the power broker with a lot of hidden agendas and motivations that nobody really knows about,
Yeah, I was honestly kind of disappointed.
I wasn't. I was
I thought it was going to be, like, I didn't know who I thought it would be, but whoever that was not who I thought it would be.
I'll send you some character info on her later.
But I did like this episode. I liked that all the themes came together in the end. Definitely a slower episode.
I don't mind.
Yeah. I think as long, like, I think like they earned it with just like they've been building towards basically like this episode of like Sam has like come to grips with like he
needs to take the shield.
Yeah, he has to take the shield like to represent like what it represents, to like to keep like what it represents as like good, basically.
And to like, because like Isaiah Bradley said, America won't let a black man be Captain America, and so he's gonna try to change that. He's gonna Sam is working to make America as best it can be. Yeah, and like change their perception that, hey.
And then like Isaiah really hit him with it when he was like, and any like self-respecting black man wouldn't want to be Captain America. And so Sam was probably like, but I want to be Captain America.
I mean, I'm curious to see that going forward, because like I said, we know that Isaiah Bradley's grandson becomes the hero patriot, so
he probably like ends up looking up to him and stuff like that. That's
so
like what he ends up doing.
I'm curious to see how that dynamic shifts. I'm really curious to see what they do with Isaiah Bradley and Eli Bradley going forward.
Yeah, but I do like the whole idea that Sam is like going against what Isaiah is telling him, because he wants to change that perception. But yeah, I really like this episode. We got one more episode next week. It'll be the finale, and we'll give our thoughts then. But until then, we got a main segment to go into, Dylan.
We do.
I came to you with an idea. It's not even an idea. I'm literally ripping this off a different podcast. But and they do what
this is our own original idea, everybody.
We totally came up with this.
Totally our thing.
This is the 2015 movie draft. We're going back to the year 2015. And the idea is me and Dylan are going to take turns drafting movies from this year. We got 5 categories. What are the 5 categories again? It's blockbuster, comedy,
Animation,
horror, drama,
animation,
and wild card.
And then a wild card, yes.
So we have to pick one movie from each of those genres. Once somebody picks a movie, the other person cannot pick it. And the goal of this is one of us has to, we have to have a better list of movies than the other person in the end. What we want to do is throw up a poll on our socials, have you guys vote on who won, and we'll check back in next week to see who won. So if only me and Dylan vote, then we'll have a tie, and then neither of us have to be angry about it.
So please vote, because
But what if Dylan forgets to vote and then I win?
Oh God, I would never forget that.
So
I'd make a second Twitter account just to vote.
You use the On a Tuesday Pod Twitter to vote.
I'm not saying I'm gonna do that, but
All right, Dylan. Do you want to jump into this? Are you ready? Do you feel like I explained that enough?
I mean, I think so. So, I mean, why not just get into this?
Let's just jump into it, Dylan. I'm gonna ask you to flip a coin, and we're gonna see who goes first, and we'll go back and forth drafting movies.
I'm gonna toss it over to my Google Home over here. Who's gonna flip a coin? Hey Google. Hey Google. Flip a coin.
Such a Google thing to do. Wait, well, neither of us picked it. All right, Dylan, what do you want? You want tails or heads?
Heads.
All right, go ahead. Look, it's early. Okay.
I think I only got like a couple hours sleep. So everybody just. Hey Google, flip a coin.
You got heads.
Heads.
So you go first?
Yes, I do.
All right, Dylan. What category are you going with, and what is the movie you are picking for that category?
First category, I'm gonna go with blockbuster.
All right.
Oh, and for my first draft pick,
I'm really curious what you're gonna pick.
When I wrote this list, I was thinking Star Wars: The Force Awakens, because I was like, that's a big
movie that a lot of people like.
Made a lot of money, but a lot of people like it, or did a lot of people
liked it? A lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people were indifferent about it.
And my second pick is Avengers: Age of Ultron. So
what are you picking here, Dill?
I don't know. I'm trying to think about what you would pick, and then I'm trying to do that because I don't want you to be happy when we did this.
You want me to be unhappy with my list?
Yes.
I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. So.
Come on, Dill.
Okay, I think I'm gonna. Just so many people didn't like it, but so many people did. It made $1 billion, and I'm just gonna list out the pros and cons here. Okay.
All right, pros for you picking Force Awakens. Go.
It basically reinvigorated Star Wars franchise. Like a lot of people came back. A lot of people brought it back, and brought a lot of people to it. Made $1 billion. So. And that's introduced us to Adam Driver. A lot of us to Adam Driver.
I like that guy.
And
as you can see by our Actor Showdown pod, be sure to go check that out. Episode 3, I believe.
Oscar Isaac brought us a lot of those names that maybe some of us hadn't heard before. A lot of nostalgia, and then cons. A lot of people also hated it. Well, it felt like a copy of episode 4. Boy,
Dylan,
what?
this is the first pick. I need you to just pick.
All right. We're gonna go Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Wow, Avengers: Age of Ultron for Dylan's first pick. Are you writing all these down for us? Can you write mine down whenever I say them too? Por favor. Please.
I guess.
Thanks. All right. So you're going to Age of Ultron. Why are you going Age of Ultron?
Well, I just think that a lot of people
Don't really like this movie. A lot of people
it's-
think this is like the worst Avengers movie.
I think a lot of people have a finer appreciation for it after seeing WandaVision. So, you know,
I do think that it's the worst out of the Avengers movies.
I do too, but it also brought us a lot of cool moments. It brought us the Scarlet Witch. It brought us Vision, and without
I
them,
like
we
it.
wouldn't-
I like the movie.
I'd like it. I think it's a solid like 8 out of 10, 7.5, 8 out of 10. So I mean, and a lot of people just recognize Avengers more, and you know they love the characters. I think more because they've had time to grow with them. So I'm going with Avengers.
It's a good pick, Dylan. I think that's a smart pick. I think people will probably agree with you on that. For my pick,
What
I'm gonna be
category
honest with
going
you. This is tough. I'm looking at this list and I don't really see many movies where I'm like, man, Dylan really wants this movie.
What category are you gonna go with first?
I think I'm gonna go with comedy.
Oh, I swear to God, if you choose the movie, I think you're gonna.
And I
choose.
think I'm gonna go with 2015's Dope. Rick Famuyiwa, an absolute banger of a movie. This is one of the ones I know you wanted to rip out of my hands. That's why I picked it.
I'm gonna slap you whenever I see you next.
Because that was on Dylan's list. If you haven't seen Dope, I believe
What
it's
are you
still on
doing?
Netflix.
What are you doing with your life?
Look, I think me and Dylan actually watched this together
Wait.
for the first time.
Matt and I. This is what Matt and I did.
This was freshman year of college. Let's give a little
paint
okay,
the picture.
2015. It's 2015, Dylan.
Right.
Me, a little Matt Zavala and a little Dylan Abermitis, both decided to go to ASU. We both decided to be engineers.
Right.
Jokes on us.
we met in pre-calc. Classes were like Tuesday and Thursday, right?
Uh-huh.
And one day, Matt and I both go to lunch or brunch. It's like breakfast and lunch at the dining hall.
Look,
after
it's
class.
college. We don't really go by what meals,
Yeah.
That's not a thing in college.
Point is, Matt was wearing a shirt. I thought the shirt was cool. I said, "Hey, cool shirt." And then now
We're doing a
here.
podcast together.
That's how we got here. But that I remember because that
So
night.
glad I wore that shirt.
That night, I remember we went down to our local donut shop, which was what was it called? But you remember that
Hertz Donuts?
No,
No, it was
Uh,
I cannot remember what it was
Oh
called,
my
but
God,
that
it's
place
good.
had the most sugary
so it had
we
like,
got like a dozen each, didn't we? Or we got a dozen donuts.
it had like all these different kinds of donuts that you could like order, and like they were ones that you probably wouldn't think of, like banana split donut, and like
Yeah.
they made it and it tasted like a banana split. So we got a dozen of those donuts, right? And like neither of us had eaten. That was gonna be our dinner because
That was our
college.
dinner, yeah.
Because college, all right.
Yep.
And so we go back to Matt's apartment, and we just started watching movies, and that was one of the ones we watched, and it's a good time. Good movie.
It's a great movie. I mean,
fantastic.
it's literally like a coming of age, like a modern coming of age movie. I feel like there aren't many movies like it. It's really funny, like ridiculously funny. That's why I'm
It
throwing
really
it in the
is.
comedy. I wouldn't say it's like purely a comedy or anything, but
It's-
it's definitely hilarious.
When I looked it up, it was under comedy and drama. Comedy and
Yeah.
drama.
So I'm going Dope. I don't know if this is a great pick just because I don't know how many people have seen it, but I wanted to get it before you ripped it out of my hands.
All right.
And this is
I see-
a personal
I see.
pick.
I see we're not pulling any punches, so going straight into mine, right?
All right.
Going with drama, and I'm gonna
Okay.
choose The Revenant. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. Why are you choosing The Revenant? This is also a movie we saw together this year.
At like midnight. It was at like
It's not
midnight.
really.
We just like we kept talking about seeing it, and then we were like, okay, let's just do it. And so we went and we saw the movie, and like the only time we could see it was at like freaking 11:55 or like midnight. And we got out of that theater at almost 3 a.m. and we saw that friendship end. We saw.
Oh
And we
yeah,
were
that's
walking.
whenever the guys were there was
Yeah,
the guy walking on the sidewalk and the guy in the car next to him and
and
yelling at
he's
his
just.
friend to get in the car and the guy
He's
was
like,
like, nah.
it's like, get in the car. And he's like, no. And then he's like, dude, get in the car. And he's like, no. And we're just like walking the opposite
Maybe they just
side.
had like a really like bad argument about the Revenant.
I mean,
Maybe
it's
like one of them
possible.
was like Leo was amazing and one was like, dude, Leo was trash, and then that guy was like, nah, I'm not your friend anymore.
So yeah.
So you're
I'm
taking the
choosing-
Revenant. Do you like this movie?
I do. I thought it was really good. Like it had a decent amount of action.
It was really
And
cold. That movie theater
was-
felt really cold.
Yeah, but I really thought it was an interesting movie. I like that the only thing that kept Leo from dying was revenge.
Revenge
like-
and crawling inside of a bear.
And like, so I thought it was a really good movie. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I thought
This
something
is-
you
This is
would
one of
have
those
chosen.
movies that I would like to revisit because I do remember like the filmmaking in it being like amazing. The director, Jesus, I can't remember the director's name. Alejandro Gonzalez Iñárritu. That dude, he made like Birdman. He does a bunch of these like one shot. Like he loves the one shot. And man, this movie is just like gorgeous and a lot of really good performances in it.
I liked it a lot. So I'm gonna take it because I think you were gonna take it, and I didn't want you to have it. So
I'm gonna give you some insight into my brain right now.
you
The
didn't
two
want it.
movies that you picked, I did not want.
All right, then I'm just gonna walk that.
All right, my next pick, my number 2 pick. There's so many things that I could do here. What categories do we got left? All of them. I still have to do blockbuster.
You saw
I still have to do
Blockbuster.
drama. Still have to do animation,
Mhm.
and then I
And
still have
wild
to
card.
do wild card. I think I'm torn on animation. I already did comedy horror.
Do you want to do animation? Is that what you're saying?
I'm torn on it. I'm not sure what I want for that. I honestly kind of want you to pick animation first, so that then I could just pick whatever is left, because I'm like not sure what to pick for that. So I still have drama, right?
Yeah, you still have drama. Do you want to do drama?
You just did drama right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do drama,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pick a little movie called
Swear to God.
The Big Short.
Okay. Fine. We're good.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't even have it on my list.
I think I see one now. I think I see one that you might want.
Well, when do you think I might want?
I'm not saying. But The Big Short, this movie stars, like, this has an insane cast. It's got Ryan Gosling, Steve Carell, Brad Pitt, Christian Bale, and it's about the big housing short. And I actually hadn't, so I saw this movie, like, I think back in 2015, and I remember I didn't like it that much because I had just watched like Wolf of Wall Street, and I thought it was going to be that. Because Wolf of Wall Street's an amazing movie, and
Wolf
so
of Wall Street was in 2015 though, right?
No, it was like 2013.
Okay, thank God.
No, I would have already picked that by now.
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
But I watched that and I thought this was going to be that, and it wasn't. And so I was kind of like, it was all right. I actually rewatched this.
After all that's happened this year.
Yeah,
so far.
after all the shorts happened this year with GameStop and all that, I was like, I'm gonna go check out The Big Short, revisit it. And man, what a like really good movie! Like, it's so like informational, like it's very like in your brain, and it's mostly just them throwing a bunch of info at you, and a lot less. It's very like dreadful. Like, there isn't much story other than, yeah, our housing market sucks and everybody screwed you, and yeah, and watching that unfold. But really great performances, really great movie. Dylan, have you seen this movie?
I've seen like bits and pieces. Like, I remember seeing like parts of it, but I just couldn't focus that much on it. I kept getting distracted.
Even with Margot Robbie in a hot tub explaining shorts to you, because that happens.
I didn't see that part, so I wouldn't know.
There's a part in this movie where Margot Robbie is in a hot tub. They literally say, "Now we cut to Margot Robbie in a hot tub to explain how all this works."
Like I said, I have to watch it again.
So that's like, I think that right there just like puts it like at the top of the list for movies that you should pick. So yeah. So what's our list so far, Dylan? I got Big Short and Dope.
I have Age of Ultron, The Revenant, and I just picked my next. All
right, go for your next one, Dill.
All right, in the realm of comedy horror.
I love how you've got your like notebook right there. You look like an analyst. Like you look like you're in the NFL draft right now. Like, oh man, they just took Cam Newton. We're gonna go ahead and switch up our game plan here.
In the realm of comedy horror, since you stole the movie Dope from me, I went with my second choice, which is also pretty good, which you might have watched. It's called The Witch.
The Witch. That is a good flick.
If you haven't seen it, it has a little somebody called
You've
Anya
seen
Taylor.
The Witch?
I did. I watched it by myself in a movie theater.
You don't like these kind of movies.
I watched it, but I didn't know what it was about. I just like, okay, it's some kind of
It's about a witch.
Yeah, but I didn't know like what kind of like what I was really in for with the trailer. I was just like, okay, it's gonna be like a slow burn horror movie, and it got dark. It's really good. Okay, it has a little somebody called Anya Taylor-Joy in it, and
I think this was probably her first big movie.
I would say it was, yeah. But I remember watching it in the theater, and like it's very much like it reminds me kind of Blair Witch. You know, the way like it's like a slow like build up,
very
and, like,
slow movie,
and like stuff slowly starts to happen, and then by the time you get to the end, it's just like
crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So this is one of mine because
this is like such a creepy movie. Like the whole time you're just on the edge of your seat, and then like it slowly amplifies to this
like
crazy like.
Like I said, I remember watching this movie. I wasn't like alone in the theater, but like nobody wanted to go with me. So
with anybody?
Yeah, so I just went by myself, and like I was just sitting at the theater like, this is freaking crazy.
Right here.
No, I wasn't doing that, but I was like, this is absolutely bonkers. What's going on here? So
my boy Black Phillip, sign your name in the book.
That was the goat, right?
He's a goat.
It was the
He's
devil.
a devil goat.
Yeah. That was their like.
That's just if you haven't seen The Witch, that's just some insight into how wacky that movie is.
Yeah.
So Dylan, can you tell me what categories you have picked already?
All right. So I have picked in the comedy horror. I have picked in the drama. I have picked in the blockbuster.
So you got wild card and
animation left.
Okay. I think that I am gonna go with. I'm gonna go blockbuster.
Oh.
I'm really curious what you think I'm gonna pick in blockbuster. There's actually a lot of really good choices for this. We got something called Fast 7. People love the Furious 7 movies. We got Creed. Creed's a great flick, which I know Dylan wants that.
Don't do it.
Pick, and a lot of people like it.
Jurassic World. Hey Matt,
Jurassic World.
Forget about Jurassic
World.
Don't forget Mission Impossible Rogue Nation.
great flick. But
Ant-Man. Can't forget Ant-Man.
But what I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna pick, Dylan.
Okay.
I am gonna pick a little flick, actually a big flick, because it's a blockbuster. Something called Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, I didn't see it. Wasn't even on my list. Thank God.
Another movie that it's so funny. This is actually the top 3 of my rankings as far as like what I liked the most in this year.
Really?
Because I have Letterboxd sorted from what I liked the most to what I liked the least, and this is the first 3.
Wow.
So Mad Max Fury Road. Stars Tom Hardy. It's the
It
reboot
does.
of the Mad Max. I guess it was a trilogy before.
Mm-hmm.
Mad Max franchise. And man, what a high octane, fun thrill ride of a film. Dylan, you need to hop on this bad boy because it's literally just one giant car chase
I know.
through a giant desert with
I know what it is.
wacky people painted saying what a lovely day. There's a guy,
Charlize Theron with a bald head.
bald head and a robot arm.
Oh, I forgot about the robot arm.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's wearing a mask. Big surprise. Can't understand what he's saying. Big surprise. We got a guy with a guitar on a truck with flamethrowers coming out of it.
Yep. How's that
I mean, do
sequel
I have
to
to
it
say
coming
anything
along?
more?
How's that sequel to it coming along, though?
Furiosa is what's coming up next with Anya Taylor-Joy starring.
And it's like been put off how long?
I don't know.
At least 6 years?
Look, George Miller is like 80 years old, so the fact that he made this like when he did is kind of insane. But if you haven't seen this, including Dylan, you got to check it out. I actually, the first time, this is another one where the first time I saw it, I was like, this is all right. And then the second time I saw it, I was like, this is kind of awesome. So yeah, I think that so far we haven't stepped on each other's toes too much. I know I stepped on your toes with Dope.
You did.
Probably hurting a little bit with that, but
I am.
you know, I'm happy with my pick so far as like this being my list. Dylan, what you got next?
Well, in an effort to keep you from snatching up any movies that I want, I'm going to go with Wild Card. But I got a lot I got to think about with that.
Wild Card, you can pick any movie you want. Any movie from 2015 you want.
So I could choose
any of them.
I could choose Force Awakens,
Yep.
Ant-Man,
Yep.
Creed, Straight
Yep.
Outta Compton.
Yep.
Straight Outta Compton is a
Good
good
flick.
one. I could also choose Mission Impossible, Man from U.N.C.L.E., Jurassic World, Fast 7. How do I choose? Should I just do a series of coin flips where I pit them against each other?
Bracket episode, go!
Mini bracket. Boy, this is hard. I love Creed. Absolutely love Creed. I loved watching the Rocky movies. And then whenever Creed got announced, I saw Creed.
You're picking Creed, aren't you?
I saw it 3 times whenever it first came out. I saw it like the night it came out, then the day it came out, and then I saw it Thanksgiving with you remember our buddy Max Rodenwald? Yeah, I watched it with him.
He's a tall
Watched
guy.
it with him and some others during Thanksgiving. Oh, but then there's also Mission Impossible.
Rogue Nation is a very cool movie.
It really is. But so is Jurassic World.
Some people say that Rogue Nation is the best Mission Impossible movie.
I disagree. I don't think that.
I think
at all.
Ghost Protocol is, but
I think so too. We're in agreement on that. we should do a Mission Impossible.
I've only
that's-
seen like 4, 5, and 6 or something. Like I haven't seen like 1, 2, and 3. Like I just watched the first Mission Impossible I watched was Ghost Protocol.
So you gotta watch 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then rewatch 4, 5, and 6, and then we'll do an episode about it. I pretty much remember all of them.
We have a Mission Impossible coming out this year, correct?
It's either this year or next year. I forget with everything shifting around it. Well, we do have 7 and 8, which are filming back to back, and like one's releasing I think this year and one's releasing next year. So,
Nice.
boy, okay, I have to choose.
You have to choose. I'm surprised you haven't talked about Eddie the Eagle at all.
It's on my list. It is on the comedy horror list. It is the 3rd pick. Okay. Boy. I think I'm gonna go with Creed. Yeah, I love it.
I think it's a good pick. I think it's the right pick.
I love it. I love it too much. It's a great movie. I love it. It's fantastic. It's amazing. Everybody watch Creed.
It's so weird. I don't like remember Creed very well.
Do you want to watch it together?
Yeah, I don't know why I don't remember it very well. I think it's just because it's basically like Rocky again, right?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. It's a good movie, though. I remember
good.
I liked it. Tessa Thompson's great in it.
You know, Michael B. Jordan.
You know, I love Michael B. Jordan. You know, I'm a big fan of old Michael B. Jordan, so I loved this movie.
Saying he's whack at Black Panther. What's wrong with you? But he actually got knocked out in that movie, right?
Did he?
Yeah, it was like during the final fight.
I still haven't seen Creed 2. Maybe I need to do a rewatch of the Creed films.
I think you do, sir.
So you're taking Creed. Are you happy with this pick? How are you feeling about your list? You've got one more pick to go. How are you feeling so far?
Honestly, I'm enjoying the list.
Did you get most of what you wanted so far?
I mean, if I had most of what I wanted, my list would be a lot longer, but we can only choose one per thing, so yeah.
Unfortunately, we only get 5 picks. There's a lot of good movies this year.
We should start adding categories onto this list.
We can add categories, yeah. We can add categories.
I would have liked to have had action or adventure, as a category.
Yeah, but usually that falls into like blockbuster, I feel like.
Exactly. I could have chosen Mission Impossible.
Yeah, action adventure would be a cool one to add. Maybe next time. Maybe 2016 movie draft. All right. For my pick, I think what do you have left? Do you have animation?
That's all I have. You have.
I'm gonna go with animation,
oh, boy.
And I'm going to pick. I think I'm gonna do, instead of going with my heart, which I really want to.
Go with your heart.
I'm gonna go against my heart. I'm gonna pick Inside Out.
You son.
A little Pixar movie.
I haven't seen it, so don't spoil it.
It's about a little girl who has emotions in her head. I mean, that's the gist of it. It's got Bing Bong, Bing Bong, Bing Bong.
Yeah, classic Bing Bong, because everybody knows who that is.
Everybody knows Bing Bong.
I don't.
This is actually like, people love this movie. Like, people think this is one of the best Pixar movies there are.
And then I'm
personally, I think it's good. I think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But I'm purely picking it because I know a lot of people love it. So Inside Out is my animation pick. I thought that it would kind of screw over Dylan.
It did. It did in fact screw
because
I
over. Don't think he knows what the heck to do now.
No, I do. I have a list, but it's not as like big or well known as Inside Out. So
there is another animation movie here that you could pick that is pretty big, and there are some that I feel like people like.
Tell me this movie.
I'd rather not help you.
Please. Matt, please. I looked and I could not see anything. What is the movie?
You're good. I mean, there's another Pixar movie you could pick.
What is the Pixar movie?
There's another Pixar movie called The Good Dinosaur.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I don't know. That didn't get that great
I've never seen The Good Dinosaur.
That didn't get that great reviews. I remember that. The people that did see it were like, "Oh, it's cute," but like,
you should pick it. I think you should pick it, Dylan.
All right, so I'm on my last.
I should have checked to see if a Miyazaki or a Studio Ghibli movie came out this year. I think it would have showed up on my letterbox. I don't think it.
All right. This is my pick for animation.
All right.
A lot of people probably didn't know about this movie, but DC does a lot of animated stuff.
This is where you're going, though?
I mean, it's either this animated Justice League movie or Scooby-Doo and Kiss.
What is
and
this? What is this? I don't even see this on Letterboxd. Does this exist?
Yeah, you didn't see those on Letterboxd?
I don't see it anywhere. Would Pixel count as an animated movie?
I thought about it, but I don't think that's any.
I don't think I would count it.
I don't think that's much better anyway. That's like worst one of the.
Look, dude, I am scrolling through Letterboxd on this year, and I don't see it. I see a Dragon Ball Z movie. There was an Alvin and Chipmunks movie this year.
Hold on.
The Road Chip.
Let me pull up Letterboxd here and I'll send it to you. Swear to God, it was there.
No, I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm just saying. There it is. I see it. Justice League, Gods and Monsters.
No, not that one. It's Throne of Atlantis. Boy, I guess I do gotta scroll here. Man,
hold on. I'll find it. Hold on. Let's just go back into the recesses of Letterboxd. I do not see it, Dylan. I don't see it anywhere. But I mean, hey, if that's your pick, go with your heart.
Here it is. Share.
Can you hold that up to the screen for me so I can see it?
Here's Matthews of all. I'm sharing it to your phone right here,
Oh,
but
okay. Justice League, Throne of... Actually, I think I've seen that.
yeah, it wasn't a bad movie.
Actually, no, I don't think I've seen this.
It wasn't a bad movie. I mean, but you know,
What a great sell for your last pick, Dylan. Wasn't a bad movie.
look, you took my number one, and there wasn't a whole lot for animation, you jerk.
I think that you could have gone Peanuts movie. I
didn't see
I
it.
think
I
you could have
didn't see
gone
it.
Minions, which a
I
lot of
didn't
people
see it.
like.
I hate Minions, so absolutely not.
But you know what? You went with your heart, and I completely respect it.
And you know there are people out there who like DC and Justice League still.
Yeah,
it's,
true.
Whether it's animated, so you know.
True. All right, Dylan. We're down to the very last pick. I have a wild card. I can pick whatever the heck I want.
You know, we should also start including like you get one veto because man, I would have.
No, there's no vetoes. No vetoes in this. You get screwed. You get screwed.
We should have vetoes, and then you can veto.
Can I veto my? Can I veto your veto?
Yeah, but then you'll activate my trap card, and I'll send you to the shadow realm.
All right. I have wild card. I can pick anything that hasn't been picked yet.
Unfortunately, yes. I feel like
Dylan, what do you think I should pick?
I mean,
you haven't picked Force Awakens, huh?
Yeah, because it's divisive, and I
personally don't love Force Awakens, so I think
it's fine. It's not like it's the worst thing Star Wars has ever put out.
I think I'm between
Rogue
two
Nation
movies here, and it's 50 Shades of Grey and Pitch Perfect 2.
What?
No,
what?
You don't like Haley Steinfeld in Pitch Perfect 2?
Oh no, I thought Pitch Perfect 2 was okay, but I was surprised you were gonna go with like.
You don't think I should go with the Duff or Scorch Trials?
You know, the Duff was actually
Maze Runner franchise. You know,
the Duff was pretty good.
I watched that this year or last year, but it was pretty good.
It's pretty good. I haven't seen the Scorch Trials or any of those movies. I need to.
You don't think I should go with that Terminator movie that had Emilia Clarke in it?
Oh, Terminator Genesis.
Yeah, Jenny Smith.
Yeah, no, probably not a good
Ridiculous 6. Do you remember that?
Never watched it, but God,
I watched it. I watched it. I don't know why, but I watched it.
What did you rate it? Half a star?
Not good. I don't know what I did. I remember I thought it was fine.
Half a star.
I gave it 2.5 stars.
It's 2 stars too many. I've never seen it, but
Insurgent was this year. Pan. Did you ever see Pan?
No.
Dude, that had
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman. He's not Captain Hook. He's like some weird like Blackbeard or something like that.
Captain Hook's boss.
No, Captain Hook's a good guy in this movie.
Well, that's weird.
It's weird. It actually starts off good, and then it gets weird whenever...
it starts off good, and then it doesn't.
There's a scene with Hugh Jackman as Blackbeard singing, like, We Will Rock You or something like that. Like, something just absolutely...
So you gave it 5 stars, right? 5 stars?
I think for my pick, I am leaning between Mission Impossible Rogue Nation and The Martian.
Martian came out that year, huh?
The Martian came out that year, and I absolutely love it.
I still need to see it.
And I'm going to pick The Martian.
All right, so for my next pick, I'm going to choose Rogue Nation.
You don't have a next pick, Dylan.
I thought we were adding action adventure.
No, we're not adding anymore. We have to do that next episode. We can't just add stuff after we've already picked stuff.
This is our podcast. We make the rules here.
Well, then in that case, I'm picking Rogue Nation.
No, you could stay with the Martian. That's fine.
All right. Well, let's look. Next time we do this, we'll add action, whatever.
And then I can choose Rogue Nation.
Maybe in the reboot of On a Tuesday, whenever we start on a Wednesday and we redo this all, then you can pick Rogue Nation. So I'm gonna go with The Martian. It's a Matt Damon flick, Ridley Scott directed. Poop potatoes. Do you understand that reference?
I just told you I haven't seen it, so no.
Matt Damon gets stranded on Mars and has
I know
to
that.
basically
Live.
live, and
Survive.
he uses his poop as fertilizer to make potatoes.
Oh.
Poop potatoes.
You do what you gotta do, you know?
You know this movie won Best Comedy or Musical at the Golden Globes?
Pretty sure it's not supposed to be a comedy, but okay.
This won that. It's actually a really funny movie. Matt Damon's like fantastic in this movie. Like, this movie is probably what made me like Matt Damon 10 times more than I did before. But yeah, I'm gonna go with The Martian. Dylan, run down your list for me. What did you pick? What did you end up on?
All right, blockbuster. We got Avengers: Age of Ultron, animation, Justice League and Atlantis, drama, The Revenant, comedy horror, The Witch, Wild Card, Creed. And for you,
Look, that was a solid list, Dylan. I'll give it to you. That's a solid list.
for you, let's see, we got blockbuster, Mad Max Fury Road, animation, Inside Out, drama, The Big Short, comedy horror, Dope, Wild Card, The Martian. I think my list is gonna be yours.
No, I think mine's better.
I think
Mine has better movies. Yours might have a little more popular movies
but that are also good.
that are okay. I don't know. I think that Justice League pick might just like bite you in the butt.
Gee, I'm sorry that I can choose my top pick. I wonder why.
You've never even seen Inside Out.
Doesn't matter. I still want.
How do you know it's any good?
Because I've heard stuff.
Are there any movies from this year that you want to give a shout out to that we didn't really talk about at all?
Movies from 2015?
Yep, I got a couple. I liked Southpaw was a really cool movie.
Yep, that was a good
Jake
one.
Gyllenhaal. I got Focus with Will Smith and Margot Robbie.
Didn't see it.
Really cool movie about sleight of hand. Room. This is when
Didn't
Brie
see
Larson won her Academy Award.
Didn't see it, but I've heard it's really
Tarantino
good.
made Hateful Eight. We didn't pick a Tarantino movie in this.
That's because the only Tarantino movie I've seen is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So
Do you like that movie?
I do. I got a lot of Tarantino movies on
Gotta
my
watch Kill Bill, man. It's the best. But
That's
yeah,
what
those
I
are a
was
couple that stuck out to me. Any for you?
Scooby Doo and Kiss Rock and Roll.
Why didn't you pick that, Dylan? Come on, you should have picked that. That was with your heart.
Straight Outta Compton. That was one of the
Really
better
good movie,
movies.
yeah.
Eddie the Eagle, Hugh Jackman, and Taron Egerton.
This is the year that Jen was going. She was going somewhere in Mesa where like I think she had like a job or something. She had a job or something. But she would drop me off at the Dollar Theater like
a little
once a
kid.
week. And literally I would go and just watch like whatever
Bunch of
discount
movies.
movie was there. And one of them was Eddie the Eagle. I remember. I think I watched Eddie the Eagle, The Witch, and like Man from U.N.C.L.E. at the Dollar Theater that year.
Man from U.N.C.L.'s another good one. A lot of people should watch that, even
Yeah,
though
it's a good movie. I like it.
Army
I want to
Hammer's a
rewatch it.
cannibal, but you know.
Yeah, I actually am not caught up on why Army Hammer got canceled. I know he's like crazy or something.
He's a cannibal.
Oh, a cannibal. Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
nice.
And
You know, if you watch Sorry to Bother You, you probably understand that.
can't forget Jurassic World reinvigorated the Jurassic Park franchise.
Yeah, I like Jurassic World. I would say I like Jurassic World.
Did a good job. The Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. That was,
I can't believe neither of us picked that.
man,
If there was one more category.
there was one more that would have been snatched up.
Another one I see is Spotlight. That one won best.
What's that
Best
one
Picture.
about? I don't remember.
That one's the Michael Keaton movie. It's about the scandal with like the church like covering up priests molesting kids and stuff. But it's got a great cast. It's a really good movie, and it's directed by Spielberg, I think. Am I wrong? I think I'm wrong.
Sound wrong.
I am wrong. It's Tom McCarthy. Spielberg directed Bridge of Spies this year, I think. Yeah, he did. But yeah, that was it, Dylan.
Hey,
That was our 2015 movie draft.
do you want to see this little doodle I did whenever you chose animation
I'm
from
ready.
me?
For those audio only listeners, it's just Dylan or a picture of Dylan's face being like, "Are you kidding me? What do I do?"
Yeah, it was panic. I didn't know.
You didn't know the peanut. I really wanted to pick the Peanuts. I'm going to be honest with you. I love that movie.
So you did it just to spite me.
I did that, and because I know people like Inside Out.
Okay, so I'm gonna use one of my 3 slaps that I won from the slap. The next.
All right,
time
go
I
ahead, slap me through the camera. Go ahead.
No, we're saving this for when we get together
for when
in
I can
person.
feel it physically.
It's gonna be the day of your wedding, right before you go up on the altar.
So the way I think we should do this is, I'm pretty sure that Twitter has a poll thing, and I think that you can make it last a lot longer than Instagram. Instagram, I think you can only put it on your story for like 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do. I've never done a poll.
We're going to figure it out. So we're going to put a poll up on Twitter. Be sure to follow us on a Tuesday pod. I'll share this on like Instagram and my Instagram, and Dylan will share it on his Instagram so that everybody can see it. And go over there and click that Matt's list button, because he definitely had the better one.
No, click Dylan's list, because in your heart, I'm right. I have the better movies. I have the more fun movies.
Dylan, it was great talking to you for another week. Next week, we actually know what we have planned for once. We know what we're doing next week. We do. Yep.
What are we doing? I forgot.
Next week, obviously, we have the finale of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Right.
And I hope I'm not wrong about this. I'm pretty sure we know what we're doing. We're watching Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So our main topic next week is going to be Mortal Kombat.
Boy.
It's coming out on HBO Max and in theaters if you want to go watch it.
You had me sweating bullets here. I was like, I don't know what's going on. What are we doing?
So yeah, we're going to be doing that next week. Be sure to tune in. Like I said, follow us on Instagram on a Tuesday pod, Twitter,
on
Twitter. We're still working on
pod.
TikTok. I have to stop being not lazy, but busy. I need to stop being busy and actually do that.
And we have to make sure we figure out how to get our podcast on Apple Music. So
Dylan's saying that to remind me. He's telling me we need to get it on iTunes, because I really have not done that yet.
Yeah, I'll just keep texting you every day and be like, hey, did you do it yet? Did you do it yet?
All right, I'll figure it out. All right, I'm Matt.
I'm Dylan.
And this has been On a Tuesday. We'll see you next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.